All right, Sunday, October 26th. Nice sunny day. Yesterday, one of the great nephews, Nick Ohio MM's older brother, ran in the quarterfinals for the state for cross country. We went up and saw that. Then I came home and went over to my buddy Josh's and helped him with, he's got a log splitter that runs off of the hydraulics on the tractor, and we were getting that sorted out. So we used his 1070 case for that, and then his Ford 4000 is not running right, and we kind of looked at that, kind of come up with the vacuum advance distributor that's on that is not operating correctly, and so Oliver Phil is going to probably get that and delete the vacuum advance distributor and put a regular distributor on it, and problem solved. But anyway, even the horse is enjoying today. She's out here in the sun. The old girl, she is old. Don't ride her anymore. She's old, that old. Anyway, trailer's still sitting here. Did do a little work on the lights on the back yesterday. I'm going to say that pretty frustrated with the Ohio Title Agency. First trip there, maybe my fault. Second trip there, Title Agency / Diamond C / all trailer manufacturers these days. So this little tag here, that's supposed to be the VIN tag. I can show it to you up close and in detail because there's nothing there. Why? Even that with the information on the tires, because it's a decal. And lo and behold, when you power wash things or whatever, you can't read them anymore. But Diamond C up here, stamped in there, is the last 6 of the VIN. So I go to the BMV, everything, work through all of their questions and whatever. Comes out to do the inspection. She looks at the decal. I said, I don't know. I don't know why they use a decal, but the last 6 are right up here, and you can match that to the back to the title that I have, which the title clearly shows it comes to this trailer. Not good enough. So I had to call a Diamond C dealer. Say, listen, here's my problem. Oh yeah, that's a problem. I don't know why they don't use the aluminum tag. Now, this is not the manufacturer themselves. This is a dealer. So, but this happens all the time. We can get them printed out for you. $42.80 later, they're going to be sending me a new decal. Why I have to pay $42.80 is beyond me when they know it's a problem and the manufacturer knows it's a problem and they don't fix that. I'm on a little bit of a rant here because now I got to make a third trip to the BMV, and I'm $40 more for something that anybody, is there anybody that buys one of these trailers that keeps it inside, who babies it, no, pretty sure everybody has them outside, they power wash them, they do whatever. Okay, I'm done. I think you get the point. Don't understand it. Hey, Diamond C, hope somebody listens to this. Do better. Or stamp the whole VIN in the steel. Solve the problem. What's even more crazy is who I don't understand with our title agency. If I would have got one of those label maker things and I would have typed out the whole VIN and just stuck it on there, pretty sure it would have passed. Just me creating makes sense, doesn't it? Anyway, the horse is even like, shut up. They've heard enough. I'm done venting. Anyway, today I'm heading over to Oliver Phil's right now. I'm going to help him put the rear tires on the 1355 Cummins engine swap project he's got going. I'm going to take you guys over there. I'm going to show you that. Then we'll come back and I'll see if I can get some things done here on my own stuff today. But yeah, it's nice. Next Sunday, by this time next Sunday, we'll be plowing. So and the weather this week looks like maybe some rain Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, drying up Friday and Saturday, and hopefully it stays dry on Sunday, and we will be the 70 A4T will be pulling the disc down what they plow up, and we'll be having some fun. So all right, bring you back when we get over to Phil's. All right, made it over to Phil's. So the goal today is to get these tires and rims and put them on the 1355, which is over here. In here. With the Cummins repower in it. It's a lot smaller than the Moline motor. Definitely smaller than a 585. A lot more horsepower. So we got to get those tires and rims on there. Those caps that I have will go on top of the fuel tank fenders. And what do you call this? The Bumblebee? He's going to call this the Bumblebee because it's going to be yellow and black. It's going to be pretty mean looking though when it's all said and done. All right. I'll stop talking and we'll start working. All right, Phil's getting a few more things ready here. So, interesting on this 8.3 Cummins repower. He's kind of fabricated up. I think I showed this when I painted these rails for him, but that's where the front motor mounts. 585 mounted up there. He's got the turbo all tucked in up there on top, so it'll fit underneath the regular MM10. And then he fabricated that bracket down there to mount on this side. And yeah, it's gonna be pretty clean. He's just got to figure out, like on the platform, this piece he's got to modify a little bit to work. Just a lot of modification on this piece that goes up around. He was looking on there and it's different because this is from off a white rather than the Moline one that came off it. So he had to kind of figure that out. The fuel tank's not going to fit because the way the motor sits here, so he's going to have to modify the fuel tank to fit in there. But he wants to kind of use the regular fuel tank so the filler neck comes out in the same spot. And then we were just talking about radiator. He's got to get a radiator that'll fit in between here. I have one off of a 2150, but it's too wide because I was going to use it on the A4T and just will not fit in there. So he's got to get a radiator that'll fit in there that will mount up, and then the filler neck will be kind of up in the area where the top of the cast piece there. And yeah, so there's just a lot of figuring and fabricating and everything else that goes into a project like this when you're trying to make it make something work that wasn't designed that way. But you know, it's gonna be a whole lot more, 250 horse out of this. He's used the white step here so he can put his batteries over here. Just a lot of different things that should make this a pretty cool tractor, like I said, when it's all said and done. So, all right, I'm gonna go see if I can help him get these tires in here and get this on rubber on all fours, which I know he's really been looking forward to doing. All right, got the first one on. Still up on the jack stand, but looks pretty good. This thing's it's gonna get some attention when it's all said and done, for sure. Looks pretty cool. All right, we got to get the jack stand out from under it and do a couple things, and we'll put the other one on. Well, she's on rubber on all four, so wasn't too bad at all. Got everything lined up and dropped it on there. Cleaned up everything. We put the front tires on skates. We're gonna pull this thing around and reposition it in here, but Phil's excited and I can see why. This thing is gonna look really cool when it's all said and done. Definitely that rubber looks good on there, and yeah, she's gonna be an attention grabber, I think. All right, we got it pushed over, I think, where he wants it for now. He wants to prove that it runs. fuel. Pretty cool. Things can be a beast. Nice. Alright, made it home from Phil's. I pulled in and Jay, the guy that farms our ground, stopped by, so I talked to him. So it's getting late in the day. And kind of want to do something to give you guys some content of what I did other than I helped other people this weekend, so that's a good thing. I feel pretty positive about that, and it's all good. I'm going to take the 3 bolts. I think there's 3 bolts in here that hold that cover in there, which the seal is a part of. Still leaking, so I got a bucket down below because I got new fluid in there. But anyway, I want to get that off. Got seals coming. Should be here later this week. So might as well get this off and see what we got. Do one at a time. Just do this side first. And oh boy, that's pretty tight. There we go. Try not to bust my face on the platform while I'm breaking those loose. Be a bad thing. Be a bad day. So these are nuts with lock washers behind them. Of course, the nuts are a little gunky. So yeah, Jay stopped. He wanted to talk there. I don't know why the camera just shut off. Anyway, the state wants to make a new bypass. Because I guess some legislators up around the Toledo area have decided that they need to get people to Columbus faster. Which I can't disagree. I mean, there is Route 23. Connects those 2 cities, and over the years, I'm going to say mismanagement by the Ohio Department of Transportation, if you ask my opinion, has added, I counted it the other day, 30, at least 33 traffic lights between where I live and Columbus. And then they wonder why traffic slows down, and then they don't manage the traffic lights. I'm not going to get on my soapbox, just saying. So anyway, some legislators up there decided they were going to pass a bill telling Ohio Department of Transportation that they had to come up with a bypass to make traffic travel better. And then they limited the area they could do the bypass, and guess where like 3 or 4 of the 5 plans they're looking at go through? Well, in a year from now, they're going to have a study completed, supposedly. And if that study, a year from now, if you hear me saying, hey, I'm moving, it's because they're putting the highway right on top of our house. So, not thrilled, but what are you going to do, right? I mean, we'll fight it. But anyway, Jay was just talking to me about it, and obviously he's concerned. It goes right through his place too, and I don't think anybody's very happy right now. So I guess we'll do what we got to do. All right, I got to figure out how to get that off of there. I can't get get in there, and my feet are falling asleep. But anyway, I got the nuts off, and it should just be grabbing a hold of that and kind of working it off. I think that seal goes over that spline shaft. I've never taken one of these apart before, so I'm learning as we go, and you can learn with me. We will see what happens here. So I'll bring you back here in a couple minutes. All right, well, there were two threaded holes, one here, and I just put bolts in there. I think those are so that you can drive those in, and it will pull the that plate off. So I'm going to give that a shot. We will see how that goes. So get my ratchet set up. Sorry about lighting. I don't have a good light to put down here right now to show you, but hopefully that camera's pretty good at seeing in dark places. So it should be already pressing against. So cramp in my foot. This one doesn't feel like it's bottoming out. Oh, there it goes. Yep, it's moving it. Having much luck with that extension right now, on that side at least. Yeah, it's definitely bringing the plate out. I think I'm tapped out on my threads there. Go back to the other side. See if I can do this without the extension on. I got to hang out with Nick Ohio MM yesterday, just to update you. He watched my video about driving across the grass with the A4Ts, and he was less than impressed that I did that without him being here. So we'll get him here one of these days and let him go turf my grass, because that's what he wants to do. All right, so I've got it out. It's definitely moved it out. I might be able to grab it now and wiggle it the rest of the way out. Or not. Or so. You guys probably can't see anything, and I'm sorry. All right. Hanging up on something, and I'm not sure what. Again, I've never done one of these before, so the oil is starting to run. It should come out when it gets to a certain level, it's going to drop out into the bucket. I brought in here, thank goodness. There's shims behind that. And yeah, I just don't know. It doesn't look like it's slipping off that spline shaft. And like I said, I got in the book, and the book wasn't real descriptive on this. So, I'll bring you back here in a minute. Alright, I just put a couple, try not to get oil on everything, because that seems to be my MO. But anyway, I grabbed a hold of those bolts I put in, and I was able to pull the whole piece off. And more oil's coming. So we set this down on the floor. Alright, let me show you what I got left. So we got a big bearing right there. I got oil coming out. See the oil, see the big bearing, got the bowl gears back in there. Everything is right there. So, pretty cool. This is what I took out. It's got an O-ring here, which I ordered, and then inside here should be 2 seals. Should be a dust seal and then an inner seal. And I only had ordered the dust seal, I think. So that's what I'm waiting for. But hopefully those will arrive here this week. Get this cleaned up. We'll put these back in, and then the next thing will be next weekend, hopefully. Well, got plow day Sunday, like I said. So at some point, I'll get in here and put all this back together. And I need to get, Phil's got some old micro film that he uses. I can cover those spline shafts, splines with, to keep from damaging the seal as we go back in. But yeah, that's, there you have it. Pretty cool to get in there. I've not been in there before. I talked to Joe about doing, kind of pulling both sides. He goes, oh, don't do that. These covers support all that, so you can't take them both off at the same time. So, all right, I'm gonna shut this down, and I got oil all over my hands. So give me a minute. All right, just getting down here a little closer. So you see, here's the dust seal, and then here's your oil seal on the inside. Dust seal's kind of out here. You see it there, and then the oil seal. And your O-ring is there, and I'm going to guess that's part of my problem because it's pretty well flat. Looks like it's not really a circle anymore. It's been in there for quite a long time. So, it'd be good to get this fixed on both sides. So far, I've got probably a half gallon of fluid that's drained out, and we'll leave that bucket there, and hopefully it's not more than 5 gallons. That would stink because it's going to drain all night. I don't think it is, though. I'll check it in a little bit. And yeah, on the way I've got new discs, seals, got everything to do this. So that'll be good. And trying to think what else I wanted to share with you. I've had fans going on my paint all week, so it should be getting a lot harder, so I can start putting the hubs back together. But I don't really want to put the hubs on until I get done with the brakes, because not that it's going to be that much in the way, but it's nice to have a little bit more space to work there. And yeah, so the next thing I want to do before it gets too much later, here's my other stuff that's been had that fan blowing on this all week, trying to firm it up too. It cooled down, so I'm just trying to get the paint nice and hard. But anyway, I'm going to go out and I'm going to take care of a groundhog hole that I found, and I guess I'll take you along for that, and then that'll probably be it for today, because like I said, being over at Phil's took a while. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing that. And again, check out Oliver Phil on YouTube. He's showing you every step of doing that. If you're doing a Cummins repower on a 1355, anything, might be worth watching. And yeah, he's going through the process. So okay, we'll go take care of this groundhog hole. All right, I'm down here by the gardens, normally over there, And I filled in a hole here last week, another one here, and then there's another one down there that we'll go down to in a minute by a tile, and that one's been dug out. So I'm going to redo that one. Did another one down the crink bank here, and there's a hole up here, and another hole, and then a third hole down here, which I checked out, and it looks like it's all right. And then there's a furry animal right there that's dead that I'm hoping it's an opossum. I don't know if it was him living in there or what, but I put a little special drink out here for them. So if I didn't get them with my smoke bombs, that would do it, and appears to have worked. Not sad. All right, I gotta carry stuff down in here and show you what I'm gonna do with this hole that's still open. All right, so here's the hole, and I had that pretty well filled in last week. So I'm going to take care of it again. What I'm using is road flares. Last year I bought smoke bombs, and they were just basically tiny road flares. So I figure, why go with tiny? Let's go with 30-minute road flares. So I have this pipe I'll shove back in there. I'll fill in around it, light my flares. I have a wooden pole there to shove my flares in so they don't get stuck in the pipe. I'm going to send 2 of them home, and then pull the pipe out and finish filling it in, and then hopefully that takes care of them. So see what happens here. I'm going to fill in this hole. Here's the problem. Here's where that tile comes out down here, and they had dug this all out and had that all plugged up. And but there's my pipe going in. Do the foliage and everything. There's no way to. I got one out in the field that I'll show you what I do here, but I'm gonna light off my flares, shove them in there, pack that down. Usually I bring a 12 gauge out just in case there's a hole I didn't know about, but guess I got my shovel. I'll be really bummed out if one runs out and I don't have a way to take care of them. Anyway, that's what we're going to do. Just to give you an idea, where I chuck those in is down in there. And up here I'm getting, I don't know if you can see it, smoke coming out. Little vent holes, I guess, which I'm trying to camp in with the heel of my boot. But bottom line is, it's filling up the hole with smoke and hopefully asphyxiating whatever critter is in there. That's my hope. All right, so we're out here in the middle of, down there's where we just were. Got this hole up here in the middle of the field, and I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to get my pipe in there, I'm going to pack that in, then I'll show you sending the flares home. We'll see what happens. I had a hole last year, was over there. I covered it up and it didn't come back, so I don't know. Tired of groundhogs. Just definitely don't want them to go. I mean, right there's the fence of the pasture. It'd be bad for the horse. So all right, we'll get this taken care of. All right, got the hole packed in. Kind of went in at an angle, so we're going to chuck these things in and see what happens. Gotta get burning good. I like doing 2, just to make sure. Then we'll pack in my hole. Hopefully there's somebody down there that's pretty unhappy right now. see it's even coming out. See, we're so dry. The hole's not even over there, and we're getting stuff coming up out of the ground over there. So, just goes to show you, when it's dry, cracks, although it's rained a little, and you can see a little bit of moisture in the soil. So, hopefully that's goodbye, little buddy. Don't come back and make any more holes. Don't meet a friend and make little groundhogs, and don't come around and make holes every place and make a nuisance. Okay, well, don't know if you enjoyed that little trip over here or not, but I just wanted to get this done. You see the sun's getting low, but wanted to take care of this. I told Jay I was coming over here to do this so that he has a little bit less. This hole wasn't very big. The one I did one last week that was huge. Man, look over here. I don't know if you can see it, but there is smoke in the air coming from, looks like over here someplace. I don't know where it's coming from, but I definitely saw a haze in the air. So, good. Hopefully it's smoking some groundhogs out. Again, 30-minute road flares, not 15 minutes. Or the ones you buy at TSC that are maybe like 5 minutes. You want to create some smoke. Not, you don't want them to just get a little whiff. You want to give them the whole action. All right, I'll bring you back in a few minutes here. All right, done with the eviction process. Back over at the barn. Man, I put more air in this tire. This thing's ready to pop. It just hasn't popped yet. That's the only part of those tires, that bead. I haven't really messed with it, but it's getting there. But anyway, all right. I did pick up a vise that fills today. I need to mount where that one is. That one's doesn't work right. Goes in, doesn't go out unless you pull it out. So fix that and wait for parts. And probably one of the things I'll try to do this week is a little polishing on the fenders while the tires are off on the diesel. I want to polish on those, then I can put the seat on. When the tires are ready, I can put them on. I can polish the inside of the fenders, make that look better. And yeah, we're getting there. So, sorry this is a short video. Need to put the black strips on this. Got a lot to do. So, we got more to come. Appreciate everybody watching. Please like and subscribe. Next weekend, like I said, plow day, A4T, other tractors. Should be a good time. So, we'll see you at the next video. Hope everybody has a great week.